'Cause I love me enough for the both of us.
So, what's up, guys? So, today I wanted to talk about dating. Dating in this modern world. This thing that we call modern, right? Um, Dating, we all know dating in this era and during this time can be quite challenging. We got the apps, and the apps has its pros and cons. I guess the pro would be not having to go out and meet someone, or not having to be out there like that to meet someone. You can meet someone, set up a profile, pictures, your little profile bio and all that good stuff, and then, you meet people like that. The con is that you don't know these people. You don't know if these people are who they say they are, right? You don't know if they look like who they say they like their pictures, because I definitely have had maybe two, I've had a couple of challenges with that where I've had people to catfish me. Like, they did not look anything like their pictures. Like, they either were really, really big, and they put up, and nothing against big people or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you put up a picture where it looks like you weigh about, I don't know, 200 pounds, and you like 6'2" or 6'1" or 250. That's still not bad. But then you meet them in person, and they are much, much, much bigger than that. So, or you'll have someone that will put up an old picture of themselves, and then when you see them in person, they don't look like that anymore. They've let themselves go. So that's definitely the cons with dating apps. Dating apps too is something that I'm never consistent with, because I don't know. It's just people play a lot of games. They say they want this and they want that. And then also, not necessarily the fear, because I was going to say fear, but it's not necessarily the fear, because I have put myself out there. It's just, it's not the same meeting someone in person. And, it's always more organic, genuine. Even if you don't like the person that you meet in a public setting, you still have met them in person. You know who they look like, whoever they showing up to be. It's different. So dating in this modern world can be very, very challenging. We also have ghosting, the ghosting part of it all. Like, we all have ghosted someone in our lives. I feel like people now, because of social media and, dating online, it's so much more easier for them to ghost you, as opposed to, I know when I was before social media, I'll say that, um, it was what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people, was ghosting people back then, but it was just so much more different. It was so much more organic. You just said what it was with the person, because you didn't have like the internet to hide behind. You said how you felt in front of the person. You didn't have social media, so the only way you were able to talk to that person is on the phone, right? Or in person. So it was very, very different. And speaking of social media, the impact of social media with dating, it can affect relationships. You have people that get on social media and become stalkers. I was just watching this podcast the other day, and this girl was just talking about how she has a stalker on social media, and That's funny. I have a story about that too, but whatever. Then you have um, the pressure, the pressure of keeping up with appearances. And I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like I don't know about you guys, but I am not the type of person that want to post who I'm with all the time, or honestly, I really barely want to post them because it's almost like that's really private. And then also, I believe in not posting someone until you get like a ring. Like, I don't want to post anyone if they're not my husband. And I have a story about that. I was dating someone, and we were like solid, like living together and everything. And this person got really, really angry with me because I didn't post them on their birthday, and that person posted me on my birthday. And the thing about it, guys, I don't really mind doing it if I feel like it's important to the other person. But the reason why I did not want to do it because we were already having all these problems. So why would I go on social media and post you on your birthday and make it look like we're so happy and we're so in love and you know all these great things when it's the total opposite. Our relationship is failing. We're arguing all the time. We barely getting along. It's not healthy right now. So while even though it's your birthday, that's fine. We could celebrate your birthday without it being on social media. And so I had that was definitely something where we wasn't on the same page with when it comes to social media. That's just not my life. I was engaged to my children's father twice. We had 3 beautiful children together, and I rarely posted him. I think we was together, guys, for almost 12 years, and I think I may have posted that man twice. And this was also too when when it was more so Facebook before Instagram really got popping. But even on when we was, when it was Facebook, well, it still is Facebook, but I'm saying when we were together, it was really Facebook. But I probably posted that man twice, and God rest his soul. But he knows it. I'm just not that type of person. So I feel like people have a lot of pressure of keeping up with appearances when it comes to social media, and I feel like that is something that both of the individuals need to talk about entering a relationship when they're dating, because one person can feel like, oh, they like to post who they're with, everything that's going on in their lives, and the other person may not do that. The other person may be a little bit more private when it comes to their relationships. So yeah, that's something to think about, and that's something that we all deal with and we all see, right? Now, also, I want to talk about like red flags, like deal breakers. We all like know the common red flags to look for, right? We have communication issues, disrespect or like control issues. And those are red flags that you may see in the beginning, and you may really like the person, but you may see like they can be very controlling. Like for me, for an example, I met someone, I want to say about a month ago. And so I'm going to say this first too, guys. Like, I don't mind walking away, like, from someone that I've met that I may have been very attracted to. This person may have like may have certain important things that I look for in a person. But if I feel like someone is trying to control me, oh my God, that's a deal breaker for me. So the control issues, lack of communication. But anyways, so let me say this real quick. I started dating someone a little while ago, and I really just stopped talking to him. This man gave me an ultimatum, like crazy, and we only was talking for a month. But I started noticing we were talking, and I thought, I saw that we was very compatible. Like, he was like really, I'm like almost 5'10", or right at 5'10". He was like 6'3", very attractive guy. He had no kids, same age as me. He was very it seemed like he was very intentional. We kind of put out, what we were looking for. I said what I was looking for in a partner. He said what he was looking for. And it lined up with both of what we both were looking for. But I started noticing that every time I would talk to this man, when I would say something, he would try to tell me that's not what it was. And then if I spoke my opinion on something, he would like really try to shut me up. And he did that a lot. But he did it in a way where I don't know if it was gaslighting, because he would do something that was kind of like, I'm in control. I'm running this because I'm the man. But then he'll try to throw like a joke in it, and be like, or try to like sweeten me up, and like try to call me like baby, or like these little cute little names. But it was just so, it was not for me. And then I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you this. I like you. I think that you're cool. I like where you're trying to go in life. But if you cannot loosen up when it comes to trying to control what I say and what I think and the things that I want, that I have an opinion on, that's going to be a problem. I said, I am a woman that is very expressive. I say how I feel, and I mean what I say. Like, I don't really hold back on how I feel about anything. I'm always going to speak my opinion. And I'm always going to say how I feel about something. So I don't need you trying to tell me how I should feel about something. And I told him, I said, that's going to be a problem. And you know what he told me? He said, well, you already knew what type of man I was when you started talking to me. And I was like, I know what you told me, but I didn't know that you was going to try to control what I think, my opinion on something, how I express my feelings. I didn't know. So anyways, he was like, well, this is me. And I said, well, that is you. And I'm not a disrespectful woman, so I respect who you are, but I'm walking away. And I walked away, and we haven't talked. And he didn't text me. I didn't text him. He didn't call. He haven't called me. And this was probably about a week ago. So I just noticed that, this dating world it can be so challenging. People say they want this, and they say they want that, and that's fine. But in dating and in relationships, we have to compromise. You have to compromise. You're never going to meet someone that's going to agree with every single thing you say. You're never going to meet someone that's going to just accept anything you say or do. That's crazy. If you want somebody like that, I'm sure there's women out here like that. And I would advise those women to change, if there are women out here like that, because nobody want to be with someone where they feel controlled. And so I chose to walk away. Another one is that I was talking to someone about. It's called FOMO. And it's the fear of missing out. And what FOMO means in a dating context is the anxiety or fear that you're missing out, or someone better. You're missing out on someone better, or a more exciting relationship, which can cause hesitation and indecision. And so I noticed, like, on those dating sites, because men, they have a lot of options, and so do us women too, because I have a lot of people hitting me up, and that's not even to brag. Just because I have a lot of people hitting me up does not mean they are quality people. And I've realized with men, they'll have a lot of women out there to choose from, and they'll say they want this or they want that. And then I feel like if you're showing up as the quote unquote woman they say they want, they will either like ghost you, or they'll like fall back, you know, and it's almost like, do you really want what you say you want, or are you just trying to see what your options are? Because some of these men would be like, oh, I'm looking for a wife, or I'm looking for a woman I can build with and grow with. And you can be all of these things, beautiful, sexy. Like for an example with me, I had a guy, he was a very attractive guy. I think where his town, he was like very established there. So immediately I already know, because I'm not crazy, I already knew that with him being an attractive man and him having status where he was at, I knew that he had, you know, probably quite a bit of women that either was after him, or he just had, you know, a lot of options. And that's fine. I'm not like a jealous woman like that, you know. Plus, I don't know you, you don't know me. We're just getting to know each other, right? And I remember talking to this man. We talked for like a month, maybe a little over a month, and he talked to me about, he was married before. He had 2 children with the same woman. He was married to her for 10 years. So I immediately started listening and taking it in, like, okay, he sound like he may be a catch, you know. But let's see. I want to get to know him more. And so after talking for a while, you know, we went on a date. The date was really, really nice. We went to this really nice restaurant here where I'm at. He was a gentleman. He treated me really nice, with respect. And so I want to say after that first date, I think his birthday came, and he asked if he could fly me out. And I thought about it. I was just like, I don't know. And he's another thing that really did it too, because he was like, first he was like, you could stay at my house. And I was like, oh no, like, you know, I'm not gonna stay at your house. And he was like, I'll get you a hotel. Now that would have been fine had he not start talking about like lingerie and what I was gonna wear. So what I realized was, I had already told him that I was celibate, and I've been celibate for a while now. I'm not gonna say how long it's been, but it's been a while now. I had already told him I was celibate. He was okay with that. He was just like, oh, wow, like, that's great. It takes a lot of willpower. You're a very attractive woman. And it takes a lot of willpower to just really be celibate that long. And so I thought he was cool with it. And that's not nothing I lead with. So it's not nothing that I'm just going on dates and like, oh, hey, guys, hey, I'm celibate. No, I don't do that. I wait until the guy asks certain questions, and then I will presume to tell them that I'm celibate, depending on, especially when they ask me about like my last relationships and how long it's been for me since I've been in a relationship. And so when they ask certain questions that kind of would suggest that I may want to go a little further and tell them, you know, where I'm at in life, what I'm looking for. And I will speak on the celibacy, but it's not like soon as I meet a guy. It actually take a while, because like I said, we dated for like a month and a half, or a month and a week or so, and it took a while. It took closer to the end. Like when all this happened, it was like closer to the end when I told him. I want to say we probably was like in the 3rd week of talking and dating. But so yeah, so I ended up not being able to go because I had other commitments, and he did kind of like spring it on me. It was like out of the blue. I didn't know. I knew it was his birthday was coming up, but I didn't know. He didn't really know exactly what he was going to do. So there was like no official plans that was set, right? So I ended up not being able to go. We continued to talk. So I'm going to shorten this story up, guys. But we continued to talk. Everything was fine. But I noticed, like, after that, when we would get on the phone, he would start, like, bringing up, like, sex. And my thing is, like, we both grown. We can have grown-up conversations, but where you trying to take the conversation to, I feel like you going a little bit too explicit, and it's making me uncomfortable. And the thing about it is, I started, in a nutshell, guys, I just realized he thought that he was going to be able to break my celibacy journey and that I was probably going to give it up to him. And once he saw that I wasn't that type of girl, I didn't care about what he had, what he was doing, how fine he was, how fine he was. I didn't care about none of that. I'm in a different place in my life, and I told him that. I said, I am only moving towards men that I feel like I am aligned with. And if I'm not aligned with that person mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, if I'm not aligned with that person, I don't mind walking away. I told him this in the beginning just so he'll know what he's getting. He's getting a woman that's very intentional, a woman that is grown as hell. I know what I want, and I'm not here to play games with you. So don't come here trying to play games with me. And so once he saw that I wasn't going to break the celibacy journey, oh, he didn't want to talk no more. And you know what's so weird is because this man stayed up under my story. Every time I post, this man is up under my story. So I'm just like, what are you looking for? So FOMO is the fear of missing out. I felt like this man, I aligned with all the things that he said he was looking for in a woman, but because there's so many options out here in his mind, he felt like he didn't want to miss out. And that's just what I gathered. And so, which is fine. There's no hard feelings with me. Like I said, you still up under my story. You still on my page. So it's not a big deal. But it also frustrates me when these men like come to you and they act like they're like ready. They act like they're ready. And then they tell you you're what they're looking for. But then because, I guess, I don't know if it's something they're not getting out of you, they either like ghost you or fall off or whatever. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm one of those people where I believe in trusting the process. Everybody that enters, well, I wouldn't say enters our life, but everybody we meet, it's not going to be for us. I feel like if you are an intentional person and you are trusting in God and having the faith that God is going to bring you the right person, and especially if you someone that has done the work, I feel like it's just in divine timing. It's just in timing that your person will show up. And that's just where I'm at in life. I wanted to talk about this because this dating life is, it just sucks, but I'm the person, I don't give up on love. I am a hopeful romantic, not hopeless romantic. And I believe that love will enter my life when it's time. And for the single ladies out here that has been having like some of these same challenges that I've been having, like dealing with these men, the ghosting, because they have all these options and they feeling like they're gonna miss out on something they think is better. Listen, let it be. Let it be. Let whatever happens. Take your time and get to know a person, because what's for you will never pass you by. And we cannot help, and I'm sure there's women out here like that too, but right now we're talking about these men. We cannot help the way these men are showing up. We are hopeful and we hope for the best, but we don't always get that. These men act like they want to be like they're ready, and a lot of times they're not ready. A lot of times they're not ready. And so, like I said, I want a man that is intentional. He knows what he wants, and he's not afraid to go after that, and he's not afraid to he's not afraid to trust the process with this one person and give the one person a chance before he start looking elsewhere. That's the type of man I want. So anyways, ladies, fellas too, everybody, I wanted to just kind of just talk about dating in this modern world, because we know the challenges, you know, of what it comes with online dating, even meeting people in person. But again, when it's time for your person to show up, especially for single people out here, when it's time for your person to show up, especially when you've been doing the work. I know for me, I've been doing the work, like working on myself, like healing from like past traumas from other relationships. I feel like I'm very open and ready to receive love and ready to give love. Also, I've been celibate because I just made the decision that I'm not giving my body up to nobody again until I'm good and ready. And it's been a while for me. It's been a while for me, but it has been so fulfilling. It has been so fulfilling to be on this journey. So if you're out here single and dating, I want to say good luck to you guys. Take your time. Vet people out. When you see those red flags, walk away. Walk away. Because a lot of times when we see red flags and we continue to talk to the person. Now, it's okay if you want to address something, if you've been putting in time with that person and you want to address it, you want to talk to them about those red flags and see if it's something that they could change. That's fine too. But I know for me, where I'm at in life, if I see red flags or like deal breakers, like stuff that I know I'm never going to get past, I'm never going to want to deal with, no, I will happily, respectfully let the person know, you know what, I like you, I think you're cool. This is not for me though. It's not gonna work out. We're going in two different directions, and that's okay. I hope you meet your person, and I'm sure you probably will. And I'm going to keep it pushing because we're not it for each other. So anyways, I would welcome you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be talking more about dating, relationships. Yeah, and we're gonna keep this thing going. So take care until next time.